Set your expectations too high. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies that lived up to the hype.
And there's one other person you pissed off. His name was Phil.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at films whose level of hype or high expectations were well-deserved.
Don't freeze.
I never freeze.
Number 10. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
What must I do?
You must leave. And leave quickly.
The Lord of the Rings is a seminal fantasy book series whose story was considered impossible to film throughout most of the 20th century, despite an animated attempt. Not only that, but the trailers for this movie aired just when the internet's hype machine was beginning to take shape. However, Fellowship more than exceeded expectations thanks to revolutionary effects, gorgeous scenery, a soaring score, spectacular acting, amazing set pieces, surprisingly good pacing for such a long film, and much more.
If you want him, come and claim him.
The movie, and eventually the trilogy, managed to please hardcore fans and general audiences alike, while becoming a landmark of filmmaking in general, and ultimately, the fantasy film to rule them all.
You shall not pass!
Number 9. Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Come with me if you want to live.
Speaking of groundbreaking and influential films, the second Terminator movie set the standard in several areas, like its impressive computer-generated effects, as well as its impact on the movie industry, influencing Hollywood's emphasis on sequels. T2 itself is a phenomenal film, doing everything its predecessor did, but bigger and, more importantly, better. The action scenes are thrilling and explosive, but the characters also have greater depth.
Shit, why did you tell me? We gotta go right now!
Negative. It's not a mission priority.
Meanwhile, the thematic elements like the horrors of nuclear Armageddon are also well executed. So few sequels can even equal the original, but Terminator 2 surpassed it and fan expectations with gusto.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Number 8. Inception.
We're dreaming?
You're actually in the middle of the workshop right now, sleeping. This is your first lesson in shared dreaming.
The legendary trailer for this mind-bending film had everyone excited to see if Christopher Nolan could deliver on the promise it displayed. As it turned out, Inception was indeed worthy of its reputation. Its inventive take on the much-used sci-fi concept of entering people's dreams is well developed, and its layered plot and settings make it worthy of watching several times.
You're not real. No. I'm a projection of your subconscious.
The visuals are still spectacular today, and the strong central character is highly compelling, even if a few of the side characters are a little underutilized. Overall, it's a film that gives us a lot of boom for our buck, so to speak. Number 7. Mad Max: Fury Road.
You want to get through this? Do as I say.
Fans had not seen anything from director George Miller's gritty, post-apocalyptic desert series for decades when Fury Road came on the scene, so expectations were high for this high-octane film. Thankfully, it stepped on the gas and never let up, featuring scene after scene of breathtaking practical stunts in action, along with beautifully bleak scenery and a compelling, if simple, story.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Not only did Fury Road deliver on the hype, it also has us eagerly awaiting the day when we can return to Mad Max's insane thrill ride of a world once again. Number 6. Logan.
As I live and breathe, the Wolverine.
When news broke that Logan would be Hugh Jackman's final film as Wolverine, we all hoped he would go out on top. And boy did he pull it off. Logan follows an older, more grizzled and defeated Wolverine as he's pulled into one last adventure that sees him try to help a young mutant reach her friends. The story borrows elements from westerns and features plenty of bloody action, standout performances from all the leads, as well as some truly heartbreaking moments.
You have nightmares.
See. People hurt me.
One of the X-Men franchise's greatest strengths has been its diverse cast of characters, but this personal story about just one may be its best.
I don't know how you got me here, but, thank you.
De nada.
Yeah.
Number 5. Toy Story 3.
Andy threw us out. Like we were garbage. Junk. He called us junk.
How could he?
After 2 universally acclaimed animated masterpieces, the standard of Toy Story movies had been set almost unrealistically high when its 3rd installment came around. However, Toy Story 3 managed to deliver a funny, heartfelt send-off to the franchise. Or what we thought was a send-off at the time.
You guarantee it, huh? I don't know, Buzz. What else can I say?
It's about the toys' attempts to return to their owner Andy, despite his having outgrown them. Although we're thrilled that Woody, Buzz, and the rest of the gang are coming back again, we would have been perfectly content if this had been their final adventure.
Where have I been? Beyond infinity, Space Ranger.
Woody.
Number 4. The Avengers.
Let me put you on hold.
Though the Marvel Cinematic Universe has seen plenty of hyped movies in its roster since this film, like Captain America: Civil War, the first Avengers movie takes the cake. The MCU had been building up smaller connections between its standalone movies, but The Avengers was its first big crossover event, and the anticipation was huge.
Stark, we need a plan of attack.
I have a plan. Attack.
However, the film surpassed our expectations and featured a fun, thrilling, and endlessly watchable story that united the mightiest heroes in a fashion that pleased casual audiences, critics, and comic book fans alike, while breaking box office records in the process.
What have I to fear?
The Avengers.
Number 3. Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Universal, the company that distributed this film, put out an impressive pre-game marketing campaign for Jurassic Park, with dozens of products plastered with its logo. The film also had to live up to the desires of kids and kids at heart to see amazing dinosaurs realized on screen. Jurassic Park, like life itself, found a way.
What species is this?
It's a velociraptor.
Featuring compelling characters, a stirring soundtrack, unforgettable sequences, and effects that still hold up today, Jurassic Park is pure blockbuster magic, brought to us by the master of it, Steven Spielberg.
Clever girl.
Number 2. Star Wars Episode 7: The Force Awakens.
Chewie. We're home.
Pleasing Star Wars fans can be tricky, to say the least. The franchise is among the most beloved in all of pop culture, and its juggernaut of a hype train has let us down on some occasions. However, the 7th main film of the franchise managed to move the story forward with new, interesting characters, while featuring returning favorites who got their time to shine again, as well as the series' signature sci-fi action.
Go straight at him. Don't let these thugs scare you.
Though some have criticized its similarities to prior films, sometimes the best way to satisfy people is to give them something familiar.
The galaxy is counting on us. Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Live long and prosper.
Maximum effort.
Number 1. The Dark Knight.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
A legendarily memorable trailer and Heath Ledger's untimely death sent the hype for this follow-up to the already excellent Batman Begins into overdrive, to the point where we were sure that Batman and the Joker's battle for Gotham's soul was gonna be amazing.
Understand. You have all these rules, and you think they'll save you.
The Dark Knight surpassed our hype to become something else entirely, conveying an epic battle of ideologies in a supremely entertaining superhero movie. All of this is helped by gripping action, great performances, and scene after scene of iconic moments and lines that have left their mark on pop culture forever.
You're the one pointing the gun, Harvey. So point it at the people responsible.
Fair enough.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.